Good morning, Sebastian Lucido, and welcome to Headline and Prophecy. Today we're going to study the mark. Watching and Controlling Us is the name of the message. You know, the mark of the beast is a technology, but not all technology is the mark. And, you know, so when you begin to look at it, we need to understand it, because the technology will be in place before the mark is used. There's certain characteristics about the mark that I want to talk about today. But first of all, let me just ask a question. If I asked you to allow me to trace your every move, what time you went, where you went, how long you stayed there, trace every dollar, what you're buying, what you're not buying, what you're looking to buy, searching to buy, all of your habits, your likes, your dislikes, how you feel, what you like on social media, what you don't like, know who you are with, how long you're with them, for what purpose, allow you to message to me, to sell me, to change me, to motivate me. So 24/7, 365, you give me a written contract to allow me to know everything about your life, what you're doing, how you're doing it, when you're doing it, who you're doing it with, how long you're doing it, what you like, what you don't like, what you're buying, and then allow me to craft a message to you to sell you, change you, or motivate you, maybe not in the direction you even want to go, and cut off information to you that, may be useful for you. Would any of us agree to that? But that's what we're doing today. That's what technology is doing to us today in an effort to use our data to sell us goods and services, which is what companies do. They're using technology, and they're through phones, through search engines, through cards, through other technologies to push ads toward me, to make me do things or not do things or buy things. If I search for it's spring and I'm looking for, an outside little fire pit, and all of a sudden I have ads coming in, and that's business. That's what's happening. But what's happened is we are slowly being changed, and we are slowly being, analyzed for everything that we do. And one day this will be used against us. I don't think today. Let's look at the mark. What is the mark? First of all, it lasts only 42 months. It's no longer, and it may be just a little bit shorter. In fact, if you go with me to Revelations 13 and just look at the mark, first of all, let's look at Antichrist. Revelations 13, verse 4, so they worshiped the dragon who gave authority to the beast, so Satan to the Antichrist, and they worshiped the beast, saying, who is like the beast, who is able to make war with him? And he was given a mouth, speaking great things and blasphemies, and he was given authority to continue for 42 months. So who grants the authority for 42 months? God does. God allows him for 42 months to have his way, just like Jesus was anointed of God for about 42 months, about 3.5 years. The son of Satan will have the same amount of time. So he's given authority for 42 months. Then he opened his mouth and blasphemed against God, blasphemed his name, his tabernacle, and those that dwell in heaven. So why is he blaspheming God and Jesus? Because he's the Antichrist. He's not the Christ. He's the Antichrist. He's everything that isn't Christ. He's the opposite of Christ. It was granted to him to make war with the saints, to overcome them, and authority. Again, who gave the authority? Was given to him over every tribe, tongue, and nation. All who dwell on the earth will worship him, whose names are not or have not been written in the book of life of the Lamb slain from the foundation of the world. If anyone has ears to hear. But notice, it's 42 months. That's it. It's not 72 months. It's only 42 months. So when does this 42 months begin? It begins when he goes into the temple that isn't even built yet and proclaims himself to be Messiah. We see it in the book of Thessalonians. When he goes into that temple, which is built and proclaims himself to be Messiah. Great tribulation begins, and the 42-month period begins, and that's when we'll see the mark of the beast. Everything before that could be the evil deeds of men, if they're using it negatively, but it's not the mark. It doesn't have eternal damnation or salvation attached to it, accepting or denying it. So let's continue further in the book of Revelation, chapter 13, and it says, "And he was granted power to give breath to the image of the beast, so that the image of the beast shall both speak and cause as many as would not worship the image of the beast to be killed." So he is the false prophet. The image of the beast is the image of Antichrist. Based on technology today, I believe this could be a artificial intelligent hologram that is at several spots in our society. Maybe it's in schools and libraries and public buildings. Very similar to what Nebuchadnezzar did. When the music played, everyone fell down in worship. During Adolf Hitler was Heil Hitler. So you worship, you acknowledge the beast. He will cause all, both small and great, rich and poor, slave and free, to receive a mark on their right hand or on their forehead. This can be interpreted in their right hand or in their forehead, and that no one will buy and sell except he who has the mark of the name of the beast or the number of his name. So what is it saying? It's saying that the mark will enable, a mark will be a technology that will enable the buying and selling of goods and services. Without the mark, you won't be able to buy and sell he won't control the entire world. He'll have worshipers in the entire world, but he won't control every nation on earth. In fact, some nations will come against him. Many will come against him. But he'll be the greatest in history of the Antichrist as far as controlling the earth is concerned. So it says here that the mark, which is a technology, will prohibit the name, prohibit the transaction. So when you add this up, essentially what it's saying is that the mark will do all of the things that are currently being done to us, except it'll be on us. It'll track our every move, where we go, what time we do it, every dollar we spent, how we spend it, what we buy, what we're looking for, what we're looking to buy, what we're searching for, all of our habits, our likes and dislikes, know who we're with, how long we're with them, what our purposes are, allow them to not only message us, not only bring and motivate us, but also they not only just censor what we're hearing, but also the ability to cut us off. I mean, when you look at the mark, we're moving toward a digital currency. We're moving toward blockchain currency. I would say we're a year to maybe 3 years away from a completely digital currency where the removal of physical dollars will be gone, and we'll use a digital blockchain currency very similar to Bitcoin. What this does is it does several things. It makes every transaction visible to everyone that needs to know. It stops drug dealing. It stops the underworld. It stops bribes. But it also can cut us off from our own resources. When you look at government oversight and government control, this could be a type of government control. Right now in China, the citizens of China are completely controlled by their government. So the ESG score, which is also being implemented, which is the economic, social, and governance score, which we've taught on many times, which basically profiles companies right now that, what are you doing economically and socially and in a governance standpoint? Are you giving money back to your community? Is your carbon footprint too big? Are you hurting society? Are you a positive or a negative to society? What are you doing from a governance standpoint? Do you have people of color on your board? And so this score goes along with your credit score. But again, it's not the mark of the beast. But when the mark comes, these technologies will be in place. And, that watching and controlling, we're being programmed right now to be very comfortable. Think about if your cell phone was taken away from you forever. What would you do? I mean, people would go through withdrawal. People would, all of that information, all of the, we're trading our privacy for information. We're trading, our privacy for, the ability to have and know things, right? I mean, we're attached to this weekend, I used my cell phone to navigate me to to a place. I just punch in the address. I was able to, set reminders for myself. I was able to set an alarm. When I got in my car to go to church, it told me the best way to take because of traffic. So all of these conveniences are in our life already, and we're using them. It's just, a lot of people are so conspiracy minded at this point that they think it's, the shot or the, or any other thing. This is for 42 months. It will not be used with the salvation and eternal damnation attached. It will not be used prior to bring damnation, eternal damnation, because someone took it. When you take the mark, you will be swearing your life to the government and to the Antichrist. You will disavow Jesus Christ. You will live by the mandate of the government, which is his mandate, very similar to Hitler and Stalin. You'll be cut off if you're not. And anyone going to church or going into a church will, the mark will prohibit them from doing that at some point, because Jesus said you'll be hated by all nations for my name's sake. So we're a ways away from this. I mean, we're not, a century away, but we may be a decade away or a decade or two away. However, it's not today. It's not today. We're just being conditioned by the love for information. And last week's broadcast on having our senses engaged all the time really goes along with this. And so we need to understand it, and we need to know what's coming. So, hey, listen, if you're not attached to our ministry, what I mean by being attached is if you go to our website, watchersoftruth.com, that's watchersoftruth.com, and sign up. That means you give us your name and your email address. We don't use it for anything other than sending you emails weekly. One is our Uncensored blog. It's this blog on, steroids. It's emailed to you directly, so it's not in the public purview. It's not on our website. It's not on social media, because we go much more in depth by naming names and revealing things. So that's emailed every Friday to our partners who donate $10 or more a month. And then you'll get notes for our other 3 Bible studies. End Times, Saturday morning, 10 a.m. Eastern Time. Line upon line. We just finished the book of Revelations, verse by verse. It's on our website from chapter 1 to 22. All of the notes are there. They're on our website. And then Tuesday evening, general Bible study. And then we have this, our censored. We hope to get around the censors in this message. And then the other thing we do is on our YouTube channel and on our Facebook channel, it's not on our website yet, is a 5-minute fresh start daily devotion every day. We study 5 minutes, that's it. And it gives you a scripture and the breakdown, the interpretation of a rightly divided message for that particular scripture. Also, we're raising funds. You can become a partner for $10 or more and have access to the partner benefits, which are the What I Really Think blog on Friday, access to our partner Zoom call, which we've done a couple. We did a couple last year. We're going to try to do those more regularly. more regularly this year, and we're going to have some other partner benefits, things that aren't seen by the public. These are those that have committed to us to help us grow our ministry. We believe we're a forerunner ministry. We're also raising. We just finished a raise on our website. We still need some dollars for cameras and other equipment. So pray about donating to that. And then also, get connected with us. One day you may wake up and you won't be able to reach us on some of the social medias. I don't know where this is all going. I hope not, but we'll see. Anyway, God bless you. Please share this with your family and friends. Help us grow our network. Join us and especially partner with us. We have a message for this time. I believe God raised me in this ministry for these next years to prepare as a forerunner, to prepare to bring to light and to bring knowledge and revelation so that we can have an eternal point of view, have faith to stand in the storm, and to be fruitful in the midst of the storm. So God bless you guys. I pray that God's face would shine upon you, and I'll see you next Monday for another episode of Headline and Prophecy. God bless and have a great day.